Good morning, everybody. Oh, hi, Kitty. Hop on up. Yeah. My stream's being real dumb today. I don't know where exactly the disconnect is, but it's been insisting I'm playing Silent Hill. So it looks pretty loud to me. Good morning, everybody. I'm Old Man Sugarheart. Today we're doing Leviabeetus. It is, right, I have to read. I know that. Look, you're ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the Whirl Eater may not be pretty, but I assure you she's capable. She's been fitted with what our friends at Naldeek and Vimelis are calling an elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, I will use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. Okay. It is expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to the Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Thancred and Ishtola, I would have you assist in this effort. If you fulfill its purpose, your divisionary force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I too would volunteer my blade. We would welcome it. Having seen you fight in Sapsa, I dare say fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Thancred and Ishtola, if you would join the 3rd Levy, and Lady Ugiri the 5th. But what words have I for the man who has made sport of slaying gods? Only these: go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments and add a few words of my own. Know that we all have the utmost faith in you. Old, may the crystal bless and keep you. Okay. Let's eat this Whirl. Yeah. According to the average wait time, only 19 minutes. So much things to talk about in the meantime. 1. I'm having stream troubles. Really sorry about that. Like, YouTube just won't update for me. I'll turn a few things off and on again after the stream, but you know, being live is more important. I can fix it in post. As long as you go to the generic live links, you should be able to find me. Also, how do you like my drip? This is my early game glamour. We had a glamour accident last stream, and so I needed to do something to fix it. So I finally put together an outfit. I believe these are Sentinel arms and legs. The pants, I want to say, had a W and 2 O's in it. We got a faux striker's tabard and a Masada on my face. And of course, whatever great Moogle axe this is. Looking pretty rad, if I do say so myself. Also, as usual, I'm getting bombarded with messages on YouTube saying, like, don't be afraid, don't have social anxiety, just stop it, okay? Like, you don't need to study for every trial. They're impossible to lose. And so, you know what? Just for their sake, today I didn't study. I haven't done Leviathan in years, but like, I know I can't lose. Like, what's the thing that's gonna happen? I think there's a button I need to press at one point, but I don't think everybody needs to press it. Worst case scenario is there's another main tank and he has no idea what he's doing. And so, like, he would have to be a sprout like me. Why do I have, like, this super sus icon next to my name here? Looks like an Amogus. Does anyone else see that? I don't know what that symbol means. It's not a sprout. Whew. It is also the day after Halloween. And by day after Halloween, I mean 4:30 a.m. after Halloween. Hi, kitty. Hop on up here. Get comfy. Meow into the mic if you're going to headbutt it. Did you meow? Yeah. So, like, I half expect nobody on Earth to be awake at this time. Because even if you don't celebrate Halloween, somebody's going to be ringing your doorbell. At like 8 a.m., right? Unless you live way, way out in the country. And even then, I kind of expect somebody to ring your doorbell. That's just how that works, isn't it? Hi, kitty. My kids didn't get much candy. My wife was like, this couple keeps inviting us over to their neighborhood to celebrate Halloween. And so this year we're going. And so I was like, going to an unknown neighborhood on All Hallows Eve? I'm definitely going to wake up in Silent Hill, right? I'm fairly certain that's how this works. We beat Silent Hill yesterday, though, on Halloween. That was fun. Howdy, the glam looks great. The blue Among Us icon is an indicator that shows you're registered for a duty. Ah. And the glam looks great. Thank you. Like, this is the best I can do with, like, sub 60 glam. Like, I bet there's a lot of outfits at, like, exactly 60 that look a little nicer. But this is a pretty good outfit. This might be the most beautiful axe for a long time. Like, by the time it's not the most beautiful axe. And this one we got naturally. I think this was just a lucky drop, possibly. Hi, Sugarheart. Hi, Sandra. How are you doing? But we're beating a few games lately. I mean, they're long overdue. We beat Neva. That one's not much of an accomplishment since it's only 4 hours long. We beat Silent Hill 2. I feel like I beat another game recently. I can't think of what it is. Maybe it was Chef RPG and we just got far enough. Because that, you know, cozy games, a lot of the times it's hard to see where the end is. Doing good? Still at work, so you're just chilling? Nice. Did you have a good Halloween? How am I today? I'm doing pretty good. I mean, I am exhausted. Like, I was up late doing Halloween things. Trying to get the kids to shuffle off to bed. But still, they didn't have a very good haul. Like, they did so much better at Trunk or Treat. You don't really celebrate Halloween here in Korea? Plus, you worked until late yesterday, so you didn't do anything for it. Ah. That's fine. Maybe a little bit of a bummer if you're super into Halloween. Hello, Mergen Thata. That is your name. Grain worker. A Welsh grain worker. Arpikoi. And what's your name? Sereth. Ladies. What am I doing here? I'm just running around in circles for apparently 25 minutes on average. Just not enough healers to go around, is there? I've got a big presentation at work today. That should be exciting. I hate them. It's like a tech demo, but for all of the teams, and nobody cares. Like, all teams have their own projects, their own product portfolios. Mine is not in theirs, so like, why would they have any interest? I haven't done anything revolutionary or surprising. So like, every time there's a presentation, which is like every week, it's just like, hey, we wrote code. Oh, good for you. We write code sometimes. Like, ugh. Death by meetings. But, you know, if I do this presentation, that means I'm off the hook for the next, 100 weeks while everyone else does a presentation. And so I can rest easy, knowing there isn't a presentation just, like, hanging around the corner. Hi, Gramps. Hey, Suna. How are you doing? But, since I'm an adult, I don't have to fill the time slot like I was, a child or in college or something. If my presentation takes 15 minutes, it takes 15 minutes. And we all get an early start. And so that's kind of the plan. I see far too many adults thinking like, oh, how am I going to talk for 30 whole minutes about something that isn't that interesting? Here's the trick. You talk for 5 and say any questions. Like, everyone secretly really appreciates that. Unless you actually have something interesting to say, don't try to force it. That's such a good tip, right? Adults are weird. Work is weird. Like, everyone's pretending like it matters what we do. Gotta have that positive work culture. I'm like, I just do a thing, man. They asked me to do a thing, I did the thing. That's how you get paid. It's the nature of work. I imagine some people are passionate about it, and I can respect it, but that ain't me. I feel like the software development side of things is especially passionate, weirdly passionate about what they do. Like, nobody wants to release bad code, sure, but like, too many people want to make perfect code. And that I can't get behind. I'm like, we could do sloppy code, have it done in 5 seconds, and then be on to the next thing. The business will think we're miracle workers. Add a cute cat video to the end, too. I've got some AI generated images. They look silly and they're based off our team name. That always gets a laugh. I don't know why. Everyone just loves the miracle of AI. AI works so well in work culture. I don't know what kind of signaling it is. It's like, oh yeah, you're on board with future technologies. AI is wild, right? My company is investing a lot in AI, like every other company in the universe. My company's doing it right, though. Instead of like trying to make customer-facing chatbots that are occasionally wrong where you don't want them to be, or highly manipulatable, they've got them doing like the back-end grunt work. It's like, here, read all these documents and spit out a summary. That's what AI is good for. And if it's wrong, it's only going to be as wrong as a human being who's trying to do that. Work culture does love peak appearances and minimal effort, I guess. Yeah, it makes me sad to see people who are failing so hard for AI being this miracle software, right? It's just really good autocomplete. Like, that's all it really is right now. But yeah, summarizing, it's amazing. That's the thing for sure, right? I mean, it is amazing that it can autocomplete pictures. That's neat. I got a real glitchy one too. Like, there's a guy who's sitting down and his leg kind of crosses over people. And so, like, the AI didn't know exactly which segment of leg it's drawing. So the dude's got, like, one giant, like, long spider leg. Beautiful. I love that. Yeah, it's great. The glitchiest ones are the funnest. There's also a lady in the back who kind of looks like a Picasso, and that's fine. I use Bing Create for like my art because when I cared enough to look, it was doing faces really well. Like in the early days, faces were the real hard part. You just end up with like two black holes where the eyes would be, and a mouth that looks like it was stitched together. It was weird. AI never does planes right. Yeah? Yeah. I mean, it's a weirdly complicated science. Like, you'd think things like recognizing a picture of a hot dog would be super easy. But when you think about it, like, is a hot dog outside of a bun still a hot dog? Do hot dogs require mustard or ketchup? Do you look for mustard or ketchup to identify a hot dog? What if it's just a taco? It's wacky stuff. I had to write some optical character recognition software once to read people's IDs. And I was worried that they were asking me to write it from scratch. I'm like, no, we don't do that here. I'll buy a license if I have to. I'm not going to, like, pick up where some grad student left off because it was too hard. Is a hot dog a sandwich? You know? That one almost feels like an easy yes. I'd say a hot dog is a sandwich. Gut feels alone. Got in an argument at work the other day because somebody asked if soup was a meal. And obviously it's not. It's a side. At best. But the thing is, by the definition of meal, which is, you know, the thing you have to actually use if you want to make a valid argument, soup is a meal. Like, meal, by definition, is just like any food that people eat regularly. Like, it doesn't have to be filling. It doesn't have to count. Like, you don't have to be happy about it. But, like, a candy bar, I think, technically counts as a meal by those definitions. But that one I'm not opposed to. Like, I've had candy bars for dinner. You know, like, multiple. I was thinking this the other day. Snoop Dogg made some guest appearance on the Today Show, and he just made a bunch of weed references, and everybody laughed and had a great time. And I got a little bit jealous. I'm like, can I be the Snoop Dogg of, like, jelly beans? Can I have strong opinions on which jelly beans are the best? Can I be the guy? Can I be the man who is Jelly Bean Man? Because I recently got a couple of packs of Jelly Bellies. I normally don't because, like, they're so gimmicky, and there are bad ones. Like the cappuccino Jelly Bellies. Those are just coffee grounds. Like, you're not fooling me. Like, those are pretty awful. Opinion on black licorice jelly beans? They're growing on me. Like, when I was a kid, they were disgusting. But then I got, like, black licorice tea. Oh, or Egyptian licorice. The brand Yogi, Egyptian licorice tea, is actually really delicious. And it's slowly adapted me to the flavor of black licorice, and it's actually really good. Jelly beer tier list Jelly Belly tier list stream. I wish I had the wrapper with me. I'd make it. I can tell you all the F tiers right now. Juicy pear. Weirdly enough, absolutely disgusting. Like, I don't know why. How? I don't know how you mess up juicy pear. Like, you can make something pear flavored and not make it, like, intense, but, like, Jelly Belly doesn't do mild flavors. And so, like, I have no idea what they bloated the flavor with, but it wasn't pear. It wasn't reminiscent of pears. It didn't taste anything like pears. It was disgusting. What are my thoughts on the buttered popcorn flavor? Really good. Buttered popcorn's actually, like, one of the better ones. I wouldn't say it tastes exactly like buttered popcorn, but it's a pretty good flavor. Pretty unique. Yay, right? I don't know, like, my opinion on buttered popcorn might actually be skewed. I had a weird social experience with buttered popcorn jelly beans. Back when I was a young man, Sugarheart. I hung out on some blogging site because, you know, Facebook wasn't invented yet. Let's call it Schmyface. And somebody posted something along the lines of, you know, like, hi. And my current internet girlfriend at the time commented and was like, hi. And then some other random broad was like, hi. And my internet girlfriend, being the rational and normal human being that she was, flipped out. She was like, hey, this is my friend, not your friend. We've been friends for many years. Yada yada. And they just exploded in this weird competition of like, no, I'm the friend. It was cringe. Like, I don't use that word ever, but like, it was ridiculous. And one of these ladies was my girlfriend. So, like, what I did was I commented, I like jelly beans. And the original girl who made the post started talking about how buttered popcorn flavored jelly beans are the best. And I'm like, I've never had those. Those are a thing? And so, like, we just went on to this, like, giant conversation about, like, jelly beans and which jelly beans are the best. Meanwhile, my ex-girlfriend is flipping out because I'm not defending her in her friendship battle. She was not happy with me. I didn't have a girlfriend much longer after that. But, you know, I don't really feel any sincere loss over that. I mean, girlfriends are nice and all. But I don't have time for that kind of nonsense in my life. Look at that. I completed a marauder hunting quest. Today wasn't a total waste. I've been in this queue for 26 minutes. Where's my Halloween people? Wake up. There's gotta be some Halloween people out here who haven't gone to bed yet. I mean, it's only 5 a.m. Please say you guys were like 16. Of course we were like 16. Actually, I was like 16. My girlfriend at the time was old enough to be creepy for dating a 16-year-old. But to be fair, mentally, that's where she was. Live letter is in less than an hour. People might be waiting for that. I don't know what that is. I was about to say mentally, yeah. She's fun. I miss her. She was incredibly attractive, which was, you know, one of the things that drew my 16-year-old attention to her. She liked video games. That was basically all it required. It's also just dead hours of Dynamis until like maybe like 7 hours from now. Fair. Live Letter is a stream from devs about the upcoming patch. Ah. It occurred to me like that it might be a good thing that I'm not in Dawn Trail, because Dawn Trail is still kinda going. Like they're just adding more content, right? Like a new expansion comes out and like in the back of my head I'm like, oh, they finished a thing. But really it's kind of like they just started a thing. Because like after patch 7 or whatever comes 7.1, then 7.2, then 7.3. And then it's really finished, right? Not 7 hours, 3 or 4. Okay. I mean, my stream time is my stream time. Plus, we're having a great time talking about old girlfriends and jelly beans. The YouTube community might get bitter that I post like unedited bits of this, but they're gonna deal with like Googling the Leviathan fight and finding me talking for half an hour about ex-girlfriends. You know, I checked up on that ex-girlfriend. I'm like, I wonder what she's up to. And you know what she was up to? She was tweeting about breaking into her boyfriend's car to steal his stereo to sell for money for rent that he owes her. She did not age well. Not to call her out like that. But you know, I just some respect for like live tweeting your felonies, right? Like, man, that takes some balls. May I have better luck putting up a party finder if I'm able to? I suppose I'm able to. But then I would lose my place in the queue and this half hour would be wasted. A good bullet dodge though, yeah. I've dodged quite a few in my lifetime. I don't know if you all know this, but I used to be cute. I mean, I'm still fairly cute. It's like if Jake Gyllenhaal and Zach Galifianakis had a baby. That's what I look like. When I was young, I was way more on the Jake Gyllenhaal side of things. Now it's a lot more Galifianakis. Except I think he's lost weight, so maybe Hagrid? I don't know. I need to think of some celebrities I look like so I can continue not to exposing my face. It'll be out there one day. There was another girl I dated for a while. And I took her to the county fair, as you do in a small town because there's nothing going on ever anywhere. So the county fair was like, the exclusive event of the year. And while we were there, we were having a great time. And I was like, hey, I'm having a real great time today. And she said, you know what would make this time better? Cocaine. And I'm like, oh, no thank you. And she's like, aw. We dated for a while after that. I'm like, it's not like a deal breaker. I'm just not going to do it with you. She was fun because her plan, I moved and she wanted to move in with me. The problem was, like, when I moved, I didn't have a place to stay. I was basically couch surfing. And so she was like, I'm going to move in with you. And I'm like, you can't do that. I don't have a home. And she's like, I'm going to live on the couch with you. And I'm like, I can't do that. These people are being very generous by letting me sleep on their couch. So no, you can't run away from home to move in with me. Against the wishes of complete strangers to you. And she's like, I'm doing it. And I'm like, if you do this, I'm going to have to break up with you. Because if that's the only way to stop you from doing this, that will happen. And thus ended my relationship with that particular lady. She's nice, though. Like, she makes poor life decisions, but, like, she's a very friendly and reliable person aside from that. And she had standards. She told me so. She said, I would never do meth. And I'm like, okay, well, as long as you've got your life in control, clearly this is going to work out well for you. At least she's got standards, right? I hope she's doing alright. I worry about her sometimes. Not that she's ever given me any cause to worry. I'm sure she's doing great. I don't know, I've always had the strangest relationships. I mean, sexuality is a weird, weird thing. Right? Anybody? Crickets? Like, honestly, mostly I'm just looking for somebody who is fun to hang out with. Yeah, man. Like, see? I tried dudes once. Didn't work out for me. By tried dudes, I mean, like, Katy Perry style. Like, I kissed a dude, and I didn't much care for it. He could have at least put on some cherry chapstick. That's the best you can ask for in someone? Yeah, cherry chapstick. I'm thinking my YouTube chat's a little delayed, and you're probably commenting on being friends with someone. Let me see if I can adjust my YouTube live settings. YouTube's been fighting me weird. I'm pretty sure it was saying I was playing Silent Hill earlier. Come on, I know the options here. Hi, kitty. Come say hi to everybody. No? Kitty, yeah, he's here. Meow. Yes to both, right? Right? I wasn't able to live adjust the latency mode in YouTube. If YouTube was smart enough to actually pick the video I posted. Right now there's a fully updated, like, live upcoming Final Fantasy stream that I couldn't get Restream to connect to. So now I've just got this random live stream on YouTube with no description, no tags, no one to ever actually find it. Flavored chapstick is always nice, right? Hello, kitty. My wife was an interesting story. Like, considering my dating history, you'd think maybe there was something severely wrong with her. She's quirky, sure, but like, very, very much legally so. I met her on an online dating site because that's what you do now. Very strange place for old people to be. When I joined the dating site, I could only find people who were significantly older or significantly younger than me. I tried dating both, and both of them were mostly terrible. Like, the people who were younger than me were just kinda dumb. Like, it wasn't like it was their fault. They were just, like, learning how the world worked. I'd be like, oh, hey, we're gonna go fight. I'm like, hey, do you want to go out for coffee? And they're like, no, alcohol. 3 p.m. Meet me here. And I'm like, okay, young person. And then, like, by the end of the date, I'm holding their hair back while they throw up in the toilet. It was great. I had a fun time aside from that. Alright. This is the first time I've ever not studied for a trial. I have done this before. So theoretically, I'll be fine. I mean, also, it's impossible to fail these. By impossible, like 99.5%. But we'll only feel bad if it's our fault. We're trying to get over social anxiety today. I look back and realize, everyone was pretty dumb at that stage, yeah. There's a reason I wasn't a successful streamer before now. It's because I was pretty dumb. It's not EX, you'll be fine. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure what to do. Just follow the team and do it when they do something odd, like group up and run to one side of the map or something. Yeah. Hello, Leviabeetus. He was almost my thumbnail for A Realm Reborn. We went with, like, the artsy picture of Limsa Lominsa instead. He played all the way to level 90. I never made it that hard. Oh yeah, we got a cat girl tank here. She will know what to do. Wait, she doesn't have tank stance on. Am I main tanking? I think I'm main tanking. It's a good thing this boat has walls. That was very thoughtful of them. Learn from your mistakes if you make them. Yeah. Okay, now she's got the tank stance on. But she's nowhere near me. Probably because she's dealing with ads or stuff. I'm not dodging anything. I'm just not paying attention to anything, really. And we hang out here. Hi, everybody. Oh, the music got good. Keep me alive, everybody. That's your job. My job is to stand in one place and look cool. Look at me drinking a high potion. I'm my healer now. You fall off in EX? Yeah. I think I recall seeing people fall off of this, so I imagine. I imagine in the hard difficulties. Get GG's over here. You, can I commission you? How's this work? Player commendations, there you go. You did a great job. Thanks, Sprout friend. Alright, now to catch up on chat. Yeah. The EX doesn't have walls. That makes sense. If you're on the wrong side of the boat, then you fall off. Though in the old days, if you fall out, you couldn't be rezzed. Now you can still be rezzed. Neat. Return to Merle Weeb in the command room. Man, I knew she was going to be on the other side of the world. I would have spent the half hour walking over there. Glad to see me doing multiplayer with no stress. Starting to see it's not so bad. Well, now hang on. Nobody said anything about no stress. And I know it's not so bad. Like, it's just there's a 0.05% chance that we can fail. Right? Like, all it takes is like 2 tanks that don't know how tank stance works. Or like a healer who is, I don't know, my ex-girlfriend. Like, there are reasons why things fail. I just don't want to be one of them. I was cool and level-headed. I'm always cool and level-headed. Inside, I'm a ball of anxiety. Knowing the urgency of your business, I thought it best to refrain from making conversation during your past few visits, but today I will permit myself a few words. I feel truly privileged to have the honor of admitting a hero such as you. You are an inspiration to us all, sir. And on that note, the Admiral awaits you in the command room. Wink. What about your room? A healer who is eating a burrito?
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks.
Totes welcome.
'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
That guy's like, I'm right here. Oh, he is like that.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man.
Pretty boundless.
Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
I want to learn.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well.
Wait, does she teach the ninja class?
Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
No.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Minfilia, please!
Let's just dump all his dirty laundry.
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
Neat. So she is the ninja trainer. I think we're definitely doing ninja for Stormblood. Feels fitting.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'ashtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course, then. But know that it will lead to no good end.
Bimsh? Is that derogatory slang for Beastman?
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
A healer who is eating a burrito. I gotta say, like, eating a burrito while playing is definitely healer energy. I have experienced that. Or that's what I picture all healers to be doing. Like, during that last fight, I kind of felt that. My hit points dropped to like a third, and I'm like, okay. You finish your burrito, I got this. I've got heal potions. Running as a tank or healer, there's still some anxiety, tank healer anxiety for you, but you just make do, and the worst that can happen is wipe? Yeah. But time is valuable, and I don't want to take that away from anybody. Let's see. Old Yugiri voice. Yeah. I think I popped into like Sandra's stream last Friday. and heard some familiar character talking in a completely different voice, and that threw me off. Sorry, it's a big burrito. It takes both hands. I don't understand how anybody could eat a burrito with one hand. The Admiral has informed me of the arrangement. I have in my keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Ugiri. To the south stands a gate leading to a pier for smaller fishing vessels. Look for an inconspicuous Huron man there and present the letter to him. He serves as a gatekeeper of sorts. Now, before you go, I'm obliged to remind you that the members of the fraternity to which you would be introduced abide in the shadows of Laminsan society. They value their independence more highly than pirates and are united by a bond stronger than mithril. To wit, they are invariably wary of new faces. Though it be penned by the Admiral herself, mere words on parchment will get you only so far into their confidence. You must work every ounce of trust they place in you. But here's a letter. Go to the aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man, and good luck. As long as you learn from the wipe, everyone's pretty chill for the most part. Yeah. I have to say, the Final Fantasy community has been basically the nicest video game community I've ever seen. Like, there really is no anxiety. There's lots of understanding. I feel like a lot of the aspects of this game kinda draw non-gamers to it. And so, like, really bad players happen sometimes. And after so many years, everyone just kinda got used to it. I went to the wrong place, didn't I? Well. I went to culinary. I was thinking Fisherman's Guild. That's why I'm lost. Down here. Alright. Where's the shady sorts? Somewhere around here. Land shark. That's adorable. He needs like a little baby shark costume. It would look so good. He's level 23. He's proudier than me. I didn't know such a person existed. There we go. You were pretty bad when you first started? You were playing on mouse and keyboard for the first time as well as learning how to play an MMO for the first time? Yeah, oh man, I don't know how I learned to play mouse and keyboard when I was a kid. It just sort of happened. Huh? Got business with me, venturer? Yeah. So you're the man the Admiral sent word of. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Thancred too. Been a while since I saw his shite-eating grin. But with all the doe-eyed wenches about, I suspect he's got his hands full. Ah, and you must be the far easterner what Merleweeb says wants to train with us. Welcome to Limsa, my lady. I am Ugiri of Doma. 'Tis an honor to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when I learned of your organization, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Limsa's a city of pirates, to be sure. And pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as people and I keep to the shadows, but we've got nothing to be ashamed of. Simply better for business that we remain unseen. And so you've developed fighting techniques suited for this purpose, I see. Know that the practitioners of my art, too, are denizens of shadow. 'Tis in stealth that our strength lies. There's much we might learn from one another, I think. Now what in the seven hells are we waiting for? If you'd come with us, you geary of do what's it, we can get acquainted with in a more private surrounds. Haha, that didn't come out right, did it? Master Hold, I shall remain with these people for a time, that I might study their ways. Though I am loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You've been a true friend to us, Domans. No words would suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea when the time comes. When that time comes, it would be my honor to welcome you as a student. Sounds fun. I think we're going to do that. See you in 100 hours, Yugiri. It was probably Wolfenstein 3D way back in the day, where I learned how to play with mouse and keyboard. Simpler times they were. Much and more has occurred since first I beheld Eorzea from the galleon's deck. Suffice to say, I did not envisage being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept you overlong. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When you next meet Lady Minfilia, pray relay to her my humblest thanks. Would that I could do so in person, but I must needs fulfill my promise, to the Admiral. Till we meet again, Warrior of Light. Hawkeye. And finally, back to Revenant's Toll. Flip. Hi, kitty. This one. Kitty, I would really appreciate it if you would meow very loudly into the microphone. Ow, ow. I tried to pet him weird to encourage meowing. Instead, he just encouraged biting. So I bit him.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me. When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul. But never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elidibus spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed.
This is what happens when you drink a Fantasia potion. You actually die and then your soul takes over another living person. It's actually really immoral.
There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder, could the legend in fact refer to the Echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long. Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be.
Neat.
'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
12 preserve.
Such devastation.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
Dude just sat there for like 8 hours.
It is done, my lord. Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
Wait, are these exactly the same? You just get to choose between strength and dexterity? Alright, well, I'm gonna go with Gloam. Our friends, the very isle itself, everyone and everything. No, it avails us not to speculate. Urianger will send word that if there are any developments. Until such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak of a different matter, one closer to home. It concerns aetheric fluctuations which have previously attributed to good King Mogglmog the 12th. The king is no more is a blessing for which we have you to thank. Yet all is not well in the Twelveswood. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing aetheric disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation. I would have you... Asilla? I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. Wait, is her name Asilla Minfilia? What manner of problem? A band of refugees, hailing from Ul'dah this time, are come to Revenant's Toll seeking asylum. It would seem they expect us to offer the same treatment we gave the Domans. At present, they are in the 7th heaven awaiting a formal response. I see. Mayhap this was to be expected. I shall meet them at once. Asilla, you know full well we haven't the resources to accommodate many more people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread and more will follow. Your opinion is duly noted, but I will hear their suit. Old, I should be grateful for your presence at this meeting. Okay. Let's go deny some refugees. Hello, draggle-tailed refugee. I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Minfilia. I lead the Scions of the 7th Dawn. 12 be praised, it is you! We're ready and willing to work, same as the Domans. Just give us a task and we'll see it done. Pray calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know not of your situation. Beg your pardon, antecedent. I ain't so good with words. We've been living off the scraps of Ul'dah for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the one that what got took. What they say there's work, but there's not for an honest man. Not as wouldn't sully his soul sooner than his palms any road. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. And it's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the cities didn't try to help us. They climbed on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I knew we had to run. The only question was where. And then it came to me. Revenant's Toll. I mean, you took them foreigners in, didn't you? So surely you'd do the same for us. I fear the situation is rather more complicated. While it is true we accepted the Doman's petition for aid, that decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. And so it is with great regret I must deny your request. But you've nowhere else to go. You're turning your back on us? If I might have a word. Tadaru, is aught amiss? Ill tidings from Ul'dah, my lady. Alphino has been wounded. What? How? Is it serious? I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently, lashing out at any and everyone. That can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. 7 hells, now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Antecedent, please, if you don't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we got. Milady. We're not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I'm not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. The authorities determine the refugees attacked without provocation, and those responsible will have to answer for their actions. How can you be so blind? Find Alphino, and quickly. If he is in danger or worse, I would have you and none of the matter we were discussing earlier. Ida and Papalima will see to it. Alphino is being treated at the Hourglass. Hurry, old! What's the Hourglass? Good evening, how's things? Things are pretty good. We sat in a queue for half an hour waiting to beat Leviathan. I'm glad it went well. I mean, of course it went well. Oh, the Hourglass is the name of the Adventurers Guild? That doesn't sound right. I feel like it... I thought it was the Quicksand. Is the Hourglass the inn above the Quicksand? Trial queues tend to be long there. Yeah. I thought like random queues would like bring people from any server. Am I wrong? Should I hop on another server if I want to queue up?
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well. Ul'dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident. There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ul'dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Ul'dan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Uldans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. and you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
I like earrings. Apparently my gloam earrings are better. Let's get a matching gloam ring. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur given the rising tensions with the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Raban has to say upon the matter. Hello, bunny boy. I do appreciate the nice Hot Topic coat. This is more my style. Like a nice suit and tie, or, you know, business shirt. We'll get there at some point. Ooh, did I get that outfit yet? I don't know what outfit you mean. The tie? I don't know where you would find that. Now is not the time, old. Now is not a good time, old. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Alphino, back on your feet already. You may credit my swift recovery to your chirurgeons. I don't know where you get that shirt and tie, or what level it is. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation. Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remained throughout Thanalin. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They're damnably elusive. I can well imagine. Given that the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add such equipment is costly. None can deny the tensions between the Uldan citizenry and refugee population have increased since the Domans were turned away. But would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single gil to spend? Who could not survive without the aid provided by the Immortal Flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well, my general. Very well. My point, General, is that the powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. The general is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim without necessary proof that the riots were instigated by outside forces, the monarchist would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Old. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at a request for such information, but I have no doubt you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? Okay. Whew. So Gridania, Miketo's amphitheater, is part of the All Saints Wake event, now until November 4th only, you think? Yeah, that means I'm not gonna get it. As cool as all the holiday events are in Final Fantasy XIV, I'm staying on course. I'm not getting distracted. There's tons and tons of stuff to do, and the holiday events, even though they've got like that FOMO, like you'll never see this shirt again business going on, I'm gonna stick to the main storyline for the sake of my viewers. As fun as it would be to like participate in all the holidays. Unfortunate, right? But if the viewers appreciate the way I'm sticking to the main storyline, that means more stream income. And if stream income gets to the point where I can just buy fashion with real money, maybe we do that? There's more important and better ways to improve the stream, so I don't see that happening, but it's a possibility. Right now I'm saving up for a stream deck so I can get like my morning DJ tools, you know, blast air horns. This is Final Fantasy XIV with Dave and the Wombat. Y1062. Whoa! You know, fun stuff like that. You look as though you have something to say, Old. Do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well, the Brass Blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin speaking to the Blades posted there. Alright. Where's the Lost Hope? Out in central Thananalan? Maybe try the event off stream? It's just a bunch of walking around, really? Yeah, I believe it. And I can do that. Like, this is mostly an unabridged playthrough. And so I do intend to, like, record everything. Except maybe, like, leveling up a new class. Like, when we get to, what's it called? When we get to Heaven's Ward, I don't recall if Astrologians start at level 60 And so we might need to like grind up to like get back on the main storyline. Same with ninjas when we get to Stormblood. And so like that seems like boring off-stream stuff. I'll do the job quests on stream, but I'll like stack them up. Astro starts with level 30. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. It starts at 30. Thank you, thank you. Now, let's see. What else? I had something else in my head. I've lost it. Oh, also, off stream, I've been kind of busy. I've been playing Satisfactory. And I'm building a giant mega factory that I wanted to show off to everybody. And that's been a significant portion of my off-stream video game playing. Factory tour, yeah. Here's the thing, like I encountered a bug that's apparently been in Satisfactory forever. Or if you have a multi-monitor setup, like mouse locking just stops working. And like uninstalling, reinstalling, verifying integrity of files, changing like display settings, all those things, nothing fixes it. Satisfactory is an amazing game. It really is. And we're in the final phase. And I had this disgusting spaghetti factory, and I'm like, I can't end on this note. And so I'm going to build a good looking factory, and I'm going to put it together. There will be walls and windows and ramps and stairs and painted lines, and it'll look like a real good factory. And I will show that off to everybody. But thanks to the mouse locking error, I can't play that game on stream anymore. So what I'm going to do is probably just record one final factory tour off stream and upload it. So that's like my off stream stream work. My off stream video game work. But it's been fun, but this last factory's been such a headache that I'm gonna look forward to seeing it done. I'm hoping it'll be done this weekend. My wife won't understand my desperate need to play video games while we've got children to raise, but that's what's gonna happen. Boy, it's gonna be an awkward weekend. And what brings you here, adventure? A search for refugees. Well, then you've come to the right place. Ah, you mean those refugees? Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept their situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that. Like that merchant who passed through recently. Gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. A friend of the Sultanate, are we? I mean, I take it this means someone has read my report. The refugees who've left with the merchant have yet returned. I'm increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. Zazawaka? You haven't the foggiest what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazawaka. He'll explain everything. Zazawaka. Oh, he's further in the cave. Zazawaka. I'm getting used to the name styles. This is clearly a Lalafell, right? Yeah. Ah, don't hurt me. I'm not one of them. I beg your pardon? You're not a flame. I see. Excuse me. I gotta hydrate. If Leofric bid you to speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. Well, be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under the fanatic spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class accountable, and taking that which is owed. Childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists have returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent and you'll understand why. Even now he babbles incoherently, so traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I've no doubt that the merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does. Behind yonder tent? Terrified refugee. I'll take the least terrifying position as we talk to him. There we go. What are you doing? Don't draw, don't draw, don't draw, don't draw, don't draw. I drawed. Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together. Then you'd be here with me. Be here to soothe me. Why did you stay and leave me alone? It's giving he's behind me, isn't he? Oh, it sure is. Oh, right. All right. Get soothed. It'll be okay. Who are you? What do you want? Aye, it's true. I followed the merchant, and may the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give, you must take, he said. And when we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he had bought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running there then and there, but the others were so excited. He split us into two groups, sent us off on our own. But when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs. But then they started arguing, and then fighting, and then everyone was fighting, and the flames were shouting to give no quarter, and... oh gods, the other group, they're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. Okay. What a pretty ring I got. What else you got for me? The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of the Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try to kill us than listen to reason. Why, the twins might even deign to do the deeds themselves. A pox on the bloody sellswords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. If only we had never listened to that merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, and that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though if they were forced to confront reality, that's it! Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren that the strongest warriors are no match for one man. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot. Alright, yeah, I'll beat up some refugees. Seems like the hero of light thing to do. Is this the cave? Wah, 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 wah. Pull up in the club on a fat chocobo. Howdy. Seven hells, they found us. Everyone grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. So that's your game, is it? Haha, sorry to disappoint you, lad, but we're more than willing to kill you ourselves. Hello? Are you the twins? I can see the resemblance. I'm gonna football kick this potato. Alright. Meanwhile, the others are just kind of like gangster posing over here. He's doing us a murder, everyone. These guys look a little more mercenary. Meddlesome wretch. That's me. They call me Old Meddlesome Sugarheart. I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for this meddling hero of light and his dog. Alright. Have I killed enough people to show you I'm the good guy yet? You beat him like it was nothing. Oh, almighty, what are we gonna do now? Yeah? I did flex on them possibly a little too much. Or the exact right amount. Whee! Hey buddy, I killed your friends. Feel better? You've returned. Did you find my brethren? What are the twins? What happened? I see. Well, yeah, no choice. Better than that a handful of them take a beating from you, and the lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? Huh? But where else would he be? Unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others. Okay. Alright, I do have to get my kids to school. Do I want to get like a harness like this guy? Is that a good look? He's got a sweet cleft in his chin. Anyway, kids got to go to school, so I am going to leave you and we're going to raid somebody else. Oh, look at that. You're growing little cave turnips. Lovely. Okay. Weird. I feel like that guy will never have any line in any aspect of this game. Like, it looks like an important setup here, but what if... Oh, maybe he's part of like the botanist quest line. That would make sense. Right? Special cave turnips for the botanize. Anyway, I digress. Thank you so much for watching. Tonight we're going to be playing Visions of Mana. Like, I've got a bad reputation of not finishing JRPGs, and I really want to see that one done. And so that's gonna hit a few Friday nights until we beat it, because it really is a good game. And it kind of got overshadowed by other really good games. So, join me later tonight and we'll play that. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye, everybody. Let me put on the ending jams. And we will find somebody to raid. Sandra might be playing right now. She's pretty cool. She was in here earlier. She is. She just started. Wonder if she does that on purpose, if she's synchronized her time with me. If so, I support it. It's just good business. Alright, everybody have a great day. I will see you tonight, I hope. Bye-bye.